Alright, so today I'm going to try to make a bench as part of the project that I'm working on. Yeah, I'm going to try and make it fit for Marvel Legends. So I kind of already measured it out too. Should work good for basically the bottom, and then I'm guessing 2 for the top. I mean, I could do 1, but I think I'm going to go for 2. So probably going to end up gluing them together. But the first step would be cutting the round parts off. So I'm going to have to... No, they're not even like equally height, which is kind of annoying. Some of these, I don't know if you can tell, but some of these are taller than the other ones. But yeah, anyways, I'm just going to try and cut them, either with the X-Acto knife or something, like right about there. And then I'm going to use this wire to basically be the feet and the part that holds the back of the bench together. And yeah, I'm going to see how this works out. I brought blue paint to paint it. And yeah, hopefully by the end of, I don't know, the next 20 minutes, shouldn't hopefully take me that long. I brought some hot glue to glue it together, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, so using the knife definitely was not working good, so what I did is I used wire cutters. Usually use these for my Gundams, but you can see it did a really good job cutting it, so I'm going to score this a little bit. Right. Man, I'm going to move this so actually I have a better view. I'm going to score this a few times so that the knife, not the knife, the wire cutters have kind of like a little bit of a groove to go into. Line it up as best as I can. And then just go straight down. Do it again on the other side. And then basically I just start turning it like that. And there we go, and any extra will just come right off. Like that. If I need to, I can sand it down just a little bit. But yeah, there we go. It's pretty straight. I mean, like I said, there's like a little bit coming out right here. But nothing I can't fix. So I'm going to do this, this 3 more times, and we'll move on to gluing these things together. Alright, so I cut them. They're not, perfectly even, but it's good enough. I mean, wooden bench, I guess a wooden bench, if you bought one from Home Depot or something, would be even. One on the streets. It's debatable, right? Well, at least that's what I'm going to leave it as. Next, I have this wire. I believe this is chicken wire or something. Not sure. Going to use the same wire cutters to basically cut this and then cut it into right sizes. While I heat the glue gun up. So yeah, and I actually have to get some glue sticks, so this would be a great, point to push the pause button and cut to a next, part of the video. Like right now would be really good. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so I cut the wire, just kind of estimated by using a Marvel's Legend figure here. Measured it by the leg and hoping that's enough. If not, I can always just, remove it and do it later. But basically, I'm going to, hold that in, glue it in place. I know hot glue will work with this wire because I've done it before. But, yeah, I don't know. It's a little tall. I'm not going to lie. It's tall for a bench. But when it comes down to it, these figures, when they get into their, seating position, it isn't... They're not super low to the ground, so you know, it is what it is, I guess you can say. I mean, here's the cap, then America. See if I can bend his other leg, actually. And yeah, even him, seating position, not that low. So, there's that. But yeah, I'm waiting for this to heat up so I can start gluing. Guess I'll do these two together, maybe. Like I said, it's not straight, but it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. If you want to make it perfect, you know, that's, you know, good on you. For me, it doesn't matter. And I'm trying to choose the sides that have the most wood, kind of like graininess on them, so that way when I paint on it, it'll come out a little bit more detailed, hopefully. And I did cut out 2 smaller pieces, which I'm just going to glue onto the back of right here, and try to glue on the side, probably down there, not maybe on the back. We'll see. I'm not really 100% sure, but yeah, hopefully this comes out good. I only need 1 of these done for what I'm working on, so yeah, cool. Alright, so I glued these together. They're sticking alright. Like I said, not perfectly straight. These other ones actually did come out pretty good, though. Thinking I'm going to use that as a backboard because I think it'll be less noticeable than the bottom one. So next is the hard part, and this is what I think will be the hard part, is getting these to stay on here. I could, if I really wanted to, get something to poke a hole through there and glue it in, which probably would be the smarter way to do this. But I don't feel like looking for a tool to do that. I'll probably just use like a simple screwdriver. Even the knife probably actually could poke a hole through it. But I'm gonna try with glue. I mean, the glue honestly peels off. So yeah, let's figure this out. Alright, so you can see here they're sticking. I don't know how good it's going to work, but alternatively, I just had an idea, but I don't have any, or else I probably switch it and go with it. Toothpicks would probably work a lot better just because they are wood. I can see them sticking to this a lot better. I remember when I used these metal wire, it did use a lot of glue, and you know, don't worry about it looking too ugly on the bottom. I know this doesn't look that pretty on the sides, but if you angle your shots right, you know, you're not going to see it. But yeah, alternatively, I actually would rather recommend using toothpicks, and I think that's actually what you guys should use instead of this wire. So, I mean, chances are you're not going to have this. I have this for a previous thing that I did a while ago, but I think toothpicks would actually work way better. This one's covered in putty, or yeah, epoxy putty, so it's not going to work, but yeah, it looks more like a table than anything, to be honest. But I guess I haven't added in the back. It's not perfectly, you know, down. But another reason why you might want to use the toothpicks is because of that. You'll be able to cut them a lot easier than this wire. So, you know, that's just how the stuff goes. I mean, you kind of figure it out as you go. And yeah, I recommend toothpicks instead of this wire, but since I have it here and I already cut it, and since I didn't buy any toothpicks, I'm just going to keep going with this. I might remake one using toothpicks later if I have to, but for now, this should work fine for me. So yeah, I'm going to add the glue here and here, and again, if depending like the angle and stuff, like I can barely see the glue sticking out. I mean, you could definitely paint it and like cut some of it off, being careful with it not to like scrape too much that you need off. But yeah, this is the hard part as I'm trying to like balance the glue down. I'll just use the toothpick, funny enough, because this stuff is really hot. I mean, if you've ever burned yourself with hot glue, it's not fun. I mean, it's not like There's worse burns out there. Trust me. But avoiding any type of injury while making things is definitely the way to go. And I need to move this before it dries. And I think that's pretty good. Another reason why you might want to use toothpicks is this is kind of sharp wire if you don't sand it down, which I didn't do. It just depends on how safe you're going to be, I guess. And if you're basically making this and sending it somewhere, yeah, definitely toothpicks. Toothpicks. This one's cut in half, and actually no, this is the one I was already using. The one, is it the one I was using? Or was I using the big one? By big one, I mean the one that isn't broken. I don't know. But yeah, I can definitely see that working better. I mean, one reason I went with these wires is they're the right color. It is a bench that has metal bars on it, the one I'm trying to emulate making. So, there's that. But you can always paint the bench the right color. This is going to be the challenging part. Let's see if it sticks. And I think if I balance this right, I might be able... Let's see. I don't want them like right next to each other. I'm trying to get this at the right angle so it's not bent wrong. Let me put the knife back here. That one's too big. That might help keeping it from moving, or it might not. See, one thing that would help actually a lot, if I can get that actually high so it doesn't move. Actually, I think if I just hold it like this, I'll be good. One thing that would help is tape. I think tape would definitely, you can tape these two legs down and it'd be easier to handle here. See what I mean? Or, you know, somebody helping you would be ideal too. So I want it to stick on two ends, but since it's moving around, I'm only going to do the back. See if it sticks. I mean, one other thing I could do is, like, what I wouldn't be able to do with the toothpick is I could bend the wire the right way, so it's directly under it. That way it's more, like, hooked in. Kind of how, like, a bench would actually be, you know, when it curves. But since I've already started, and since this side isn't moving too much, I'm going to just leave it like this. But yeah, like I said, making all this stuff is really just trial and error. Yeah, you can look online, you'll probably find tutorials that will show you how to do this better than I am. I'm just going with the flow. I mean, honestly, I was walking around the Dollar Tree thinking, okay, I need to make this for it, I need to make a bench, okay, popsicle sticks, I have the wire at home, I'm gonna just try and do this. And yeah, it's not bad. It's working pretty good. It's not the worst thing I've ever made. Is it gonna hold it? That's the real question. I don't know. I'm a little afraid to turn it any other direction. I want to add more glue down here though, if I can get in there. And this is where the hook, I think, would have actually come in handy. Basically get the wire and then bend it in here. Definitely would have made this a lot easier. Actually made it more authentic. I'm sure if you use wood glue, you can actually avoid using the hot glue right here, and it won't look so ugly if you want it like from the back angle. So if, that's definitely something you can look into if you're trying to do it. Mine's gonna be facing a wall, so it doesn't really matter. But for future reference, yeah, wood glue or super glue, actually even just do it on the line of the popsicle stick. Get a thicker one. There are thicker ones in the packet, and just hold them together for a good 60 seconds. It should harden, since hot glue basically melts things together. That's why if you've ever put hot glue on your hands, it gets hot. That's why it's meant to melt things together a little bit. And let's see. Yeah, there we go. A little bench, and it doesn't look half bad. It looks like there's spider webs all over it because of the glue, but all that can be taken off. And that fell over, but let's see. Not horrible. They're not going to be sitting on it, but in all reality, it's not horrible for a background prop. I think it came out pretty good. I'm going to paint this green and finish off this video. I meant blue. I keep saying green. I don't know why. Alright, and there you have it, a 1/12 scale bench. It's still drying. I'll take a few pictures and post them with this video to see how it scales, and hopefully it stays up pretty good. We'll see how everything goes here. If I have to, I can bend these back a little bit, just to be really gentle, not to poke them out of the glue. Like I said, biggest things I would change is I would use toothpicks for the legs instead and just paint them the right color. Otherwise, I think it's fine. That and the hot glue, change it to wood glue or some type of super glue and just hold the pieces together. That would make it a lot better. This was my first time making this, and I kind of had these ideas now, and I don't have all that stuff. And, for what I'm doing, I think it is fine. I will neaten this up a little bit. Cut all the hanging stuff off so it doesn't look like there's webs everywhere. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this mini tutorial. If you did, hit the like button. If you want, subscribe for more. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. So as promised, here are some pictures. Captain America, had to bend him a little bit lower to make him fit, but to everybody fits perfectly fine. Don't put too much stress on it, obviously, or else the glue will break, but otherwise it's pretty solid. It's pretty good. I have more things coming like this that are all part of the project I am working on, which you will get to see hopefully within a month or two. It could take a while, hopefully not that long. Anyways, comic reviews are coming. I know I haven't done one in like over a week, but hopefully sometime this weekend I'll have time to shoot one of those. Anyways, once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.